All right, guys, pair number 3. I'm going to just go right down the row with the remainder of the videos as well. No specific order other than just going across the top and then moving my way down the boxes. This pair this year came about by me wanting to reduce the size of the youngsters that this cockbird produces. Last year, I had put him on a... Last year, or the year before. Let me get my information right. So the year before, 2019 going into the 2020 season, I put him on a fairly large hen. He is a fairly large cockbird. Not extra large compared to some of the birds I've seen, but larger than I like. And I put him on a large hen, and without fail, they gave me one of the largest youngsters I think I've ever had. With that being said, that youngster went ahead and won the 300-mile money race for me. So it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. I want to reduce the size of the birds, and I thought this year I want to put them on a smaller hen. This hen I would consider a small to medium hen. And for some of the new guys out there that are breeding birds, or maybe it's your first time around, putting a large bird with a small bird isn't necessarily going to guarantee medium-sized youngsters. You're still going to get some large, you're still going to get some small, and then you'll get some that are right in between. And that's sort of what I'm hoping for. He himself a proven breeder. She is one of my best racing hens of this year. She was not my stuff. She, I believe, comes from some of the original Oak Haven farm birds. I couldn't tell you. I don't have a pedigree on either bird. The cockbird was purchased at a loft sellout, and you'll find out throughout the videos that a lot of my birds come that way. What I mean to say is I bought a lot of the birds from guys that are getting out of the sport, and I know it seems kind of, I wouldn't say wrong, it just seems unfortunate that a guy that's getting out of the sport and you go ahead and just snatch up all his birds. But honestly, guys, that is by far the best way to get good pigeons. Do not fool yourselves to think that somebody is going to sell you their best. They are not. Every bird you see online, every bird you see on every auction is the absolute best. They're going to tell you exactly what you want to hear. Pin tail, strong wings, perfect eyes, good balance, all that nonsense, because they want to sell you that bird. The best place to buy pigeons, if you don't have a good source, or the best place to try to get birds, is from somebody that's getting out of the sport. I know it sucks and it seems a little unfair. It seems a little bit, I'm drawing a blank on the word I want to use. It doesn't seem right to go and get birds from a guy that's leaving the sport. But it is the nature of the beast. We eventually all have to get out of it for one reason or another, and it is by far the best place to get the birds. So if you guys get a chance, you hear somebody getting out, I would jump on that deal right away, because that's about the only time you'll ever be able to get some of that flyer, assuming he's a good flyer, some of his best birds. And that's how I came about this cockbird here. He is some part of my current 155 family, but because I don't know for sure, I can't tell. All I know is that I bred out of him. He produced a money winner, so I'm going to continue breeding out of him to see if he can reproduce that. And by putting him on this nice little smaller size hen, I'm hoping to balance them out a little bit. Maybe the youngsters won't be as large. And at the end of the day, guys, if I get super big birds that continuously win races, you know what? I'm going to start to learn to love them. But if I have my own, I guess, say into how I'm going to breed them, I'm going to try to bring him down a little bit in size. I don't like a bird that I need two hands to sort of hold. And she's on trial this year. She raced phenomenally for me. She was my top bird in the big money race for the year, winning quite a substantial amount. I mean, paid for herself and her feed throughout the year by far. So I like to see how this pair goes. Again, 113. I have not named this hen. If I'm going to call her anything, I'd probably call her the Tony hen, because that's who she comes from. The club president, Tony, again, super good birds. His original birds are from Oak Haven Farm, so that's sort of where I'm leaning towards. The background, just to give you a hint of maybe what's in the background. In his background, I'd say it's some sort of maybe sticklebout, and then something mixed in. Again, there's no such thing as pure. These are just good quality racing pigeons, and we'll see how they do. We'll see how they produce this year, see if they breed us anything worthwhile. Pair number 2, guys.